Okay, so interest rates are going up. The Fed keeps raising the interest rates, like every week? And it's really good for savers, but it's not so good for borrowers. Hey legacy builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In today's video, I'm giving you an update on our emergency fund. So this is my Transfer Tuesday contribution. We are focused on building our emergency fund to $20,000. And if you've been watching my previous videos, I think my last 3 videos, I talked about how we had to use some money from our emergency fund. And so today I'm going to talk to you about why we took over $5,000 from our emergency fund, what moves we made, and how I'm feeling about it, because I'm feeling a little bit not so great. Okay, so I'm going to do the overhead and talk to you about what we contributed to our emergency fund in the month of September, and then I'm also going to share with you how much we withdrew from our emergency fund in September. Now, one of the reasons why we took $5,000 from the emergency fund is because I wanted to make a major money move that would help us during this time of inflation. So with interest rates rising, that also means that our savings accounts interest rates are going up, which is a good thing, right? And now I have an online savings account with Ally Bank. So we took $5,000 from our brick and mortar savings account where the emergency fund was housed, and we transferred it to Ally Bank. And the reason why I did that is because they raised it to 2%, and then they raised it again to 2.10%, which means every time the interest rate is raised, we benefit because we do not have debt. And I urge you, if you are in credit card debt, please pay that down as quickly as possible. Take advantage of, just being able to free yourself up from having to pay higher interest rates. So we don't have credit card debt. I paid off my student loans last year, so I'm really grateful for that. But I also am a little bit down that we had to take more money from our emergency fund to pay back our credit card for things that were an emergency. Honestly, it was an emergency. For that reason, we used money in September, and I wrote it down so I don't forget. We used $795.86. That was a transfer that we put to our checking account so we could pay back our credit card for just a whole lot of necessary things. There are so many different things that we had to pay for, and it cost a lot. So I'm not upset about it because that's what the emergency fund is for, right? To use it when you need to, and we needed to use some of that money. Another charge was $292. We took that money out to pay back again for the credit card for things we had to buy, and it was necessary things. We didn't just spend the money on going out to eat or going to see a movie or doing something like that. We took it out because we needed to. And then the last one was $100, and that was to pay again for some at-home tests because we wanted to make sure that we're testing negative completely, especially since all 3 of my children are in school right now. We need to make sure we have those our own. And then we have to buy more masks and all the things. So in total, we withdrew $6,187.86 from our emergency fund in the month of September. And we made deposits of $100.19 in September. Actually, I think we made a little bit more. So I'll have to show you on the screen. We actually deposited $160 in the month of September. So $100.19 was added to the portion of our emergency fund, which is still in our brick and mortar bank. We still have a set amount there. We're not going to completely take all of it out. I just wanted to make sure we have enough in a second place so that it earns a little bit more interest. But in Ally Bank, it's not as easy to withdraw the money if you really need it, which is why we still keep a larger portion in the brick and mortar bank. So both my husband and I have full access if there is, again, an emergency. And then the other portion is kept in Ally. Ally Bank is now offering about, I think it's 2.15%. If that's not correct, I'll show you on the screen. That is important to know because if you have an emergency fund and you're trying to boost your savings, it is an easy way to get a little bit more. It won't make you rich, but it will definitely help by the bank paying you interest every month, that is way higher than what you could get in, let's say, Chase, when Chase is giving you like 0.02%. That's nothing, basically. As of October 3rd, those are the numbers, and we have a total combination between the two accounts. Our emergency fund balance is $13,479.44. That means we are down by $1,276.47, $1,276.47 down. So again, I think the move to transferring part of the savings, part of the emergency fund to Ally Bank was a good move. And the reason being, we're going to get a whole lot more interest even for having less than what we started with in the month of September. So when I do my October update, I'm definitely going to share with you how much interest we've earned. And with Ally Bank, the interest is applicable on the day I open that account, which is the 13th day. So on the 13th day of each month, interest is paid out. And I'll probably share a little bit of the day-to-day, how the emergency fund is going when in my Instagram story. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please go ahead and follow me over there, because I do share like personal things, what I'm cooking, what I'm eating, what we're doing day to day, so you guys can get an idea of how we're managing. So we decreased our emergency fund, but we are continuing to build, and we expect that more interest will hit that Ally Bank account, so that way we can passively save a little bit more. And if you have not seen our October budget setup, please go and watch that, because I go into detail about our goals and how we plan on riding this wave of inflation until, you know, the whole thing is over. We're going to come out on top if we follow a strategic plan, okay? Making sure that we put our money to work for us and that we're not spending where we don't need to, okay? Cutting out unnecessary spending is a big way to just give yourself an automatic raise, okay? So if you don't need to go out to eat 5 times in a month, maybe you cut it down to 4 instead of 5. That way you save $100, $150 right there, and that money can go towards your investments, that money can go towards your savings, that money can go towards paying down high interest debt. I really want to see everybody in this community win. I don't want you to come out at a loss, and we are doing our best to be good examples of how to do that in a practical way. All right, so let me go ahead and give you the overhead so we can, you know, just go ahead and look at the progress and see exactly where we're starting for the month of October. Okay, so this is what we're using. I forgot to pull out my pink pen. All right, so we started September with $14,755.91, and the deposits that we made between our TD Bank and Ally, $160.19. And we spent $1,276.47, and our ending balance is $13,479.44 at the end of September. I want to do our quarterly check-in to see how much the amount that we deposited from July to September, which is $31.28 plus $25.26 plus $160.19, and you couldn't see my calculator, I'm sorry, $216.73. That's the lowest it's been, $216.73. So in October, our beginning balance is $13,000, and I forgot, $479. Our goal post is $20,000. That's the goal post. We want to kick a field goal. We want to get it. All right. So I'm hoping that we'll be done before the end of the first quarter in 2023. So I have this tracker that I purchased from Her Courage to Plan, and we cannot fill anymore. We actually went backwards. So I won't be able to fill anything in until we get over the $15,600 mark again. We were close to it. We were there actually in August, right? No, we weren't there in August. We were there. Yeah, we started August with $15,610, so we would have been able to increase, but we had to decrease. We had to spend a little bit more. But that's why we have an emergency fund, right? We save the money to use it when we need to. It takes a lot of pressure off of your budget. It makes things easier. So that is it, and that is all. Thank you so much for being here. We are walking by faith and not by sight. To whom much is given, much is required. That is why I want you to continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. Thank you so much for being here. Bye for now.